start to be like, damn, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, that's what it's supposed to feel like. If you are going toward what the vision look like, and that's like greatness. That's, you know, on multiple levels. The vision that I'm working toward. So I'm like, I just think about that. Like this shit ain't supposed to feel, comfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to be a burden to a degree. And you gotta, you know, wrap your mind around that and accept it and embrace it. And you catch some wisdom off of that. You gotta go hard, you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta have a sense of humor and know that bullshit is gonna happen. You can't be too serious about it or too emotionally affected when bullshit happens. You have to just stick to the script, believe, have overwhelming confidence, be your own biggest fan, your own biggest believer, and put it on your back, carry the weight. All my original goals, I met them. I had goals as somebody coming out the street. So I didn't have a hell of a entertainment set of goals. I never wanted to win a Grammy. That was not my goal coming out the street. Them is music goals now that I'm in the music game. That was never my goal. I never thought about selling 1 million records. I thought about, doing something legit to make my money and being able to, not worry about when I heard the helicopter late at night thinking they was coming to kick the door down. Right. I was like, I read an article that Joel Santana made 15,000 a show. I don't know if it was true or not, but I'm like, damn, you can make 15,000 a show. That's how I was thinking at that time. Like, what we did as teenagers to make 15,000, you get a lot of years for it.
Absolutely.
So, you could go do a tour where you make that every night. And then I remember looking at every state, like it's 50 states. If I could sell 1,000 units in each state, indie, at $8 a unit, you know what I mean? I could make somewhere near 500,000 if I just figure out how to do that. And that was my little entry level goal. So, we established and accomplished them things early. And I had to redevelop my goals. Now that I was in the game and I learned niggas get 1 million a show, niggas get 500,000 a show. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, I knew, but I didn't think that it was realistic that you could really sell millions and millions of records and become a global brand. So as I became exposed to these situations, met these people that performed on that level, and like, you ain't no smarter than me. You know what I'm saying? You just in a position. You just, you sitting in a space where you can execute on that level. You know what I mean? I started reestablishing what my goals were. Thoughts is powerful. Things end up turning out exactly how I visualized it. Not in this time frame I expected. You know what I'm saying? You always want shit to happen overnight. Mm-hmm. But, I just had clear visions. Obviously outside of my girl, I just mean in music and hustling and just how I viewed myself as an adult when I was a young dude coming up. And your thoughts powerful. That shit, come to life. Rap is competitive like an athlete. You know what I mean? You don't want to be number two by design. You ain't gonna cry if you don't win the championship. You're gonna go harder in the gym. But what I know about life is that you're gonna hurt yourself. Life is, especially as a creative, creativity and competition is opposites. You know what I'm saying? And they work against each other creatively. When you had to draw from a blank canvas, you gotta draw from your pool of experiences for it to have that thing in it. And you could compete and make something that's like technically good, but it's like a cloned human being. They might have 2 legs, but it's not the same as a baby that was born from a mama and daddy and it was some love made, and that's a different formula. So I think that to create is like a natural labor, and then to copy or to like compare or compete creatively, you confuse yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you miss all the dope shit that only you can do. It's shit only Nip can say certain lines. It's a song that only I can write because it's only true to me. Now it's true to everybody in the world if it's true because we all got the same general truths, but the specifics of it, them is the songs I need to write. And those is where I'm gonna really succeed. And I think I heard Ross say some real shit. He's like, man, I want every penny that's mine. I don't want a penny more or a penny less. And that's a good way to look at it. I don't want any shine, success that ain't mine. That's the reality of, success or greatness, that it come with a roller coaster ride, So I think that anybody could apply the marathon concept to what they do, if it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, If it's hustling, whatever, you just you on a marathon, so to make that the basis of our, fashion line, I look at it like, we honor the people that ain't quit. We honor the people that stay down. There's no one answer to how you change the hood or change the reality of what goes on. But what you gotta think about is when you don't have resources, you're in survival mode. So being in survival mode automatically rules out a lot of things because you don't care about morality because you don't experience morality. You experience, the need to survive. You don't experience, fairness. You don't experience planning for the future. You just experience my ribs touching. You know what I mean? And it's better me than you. And, it's a survival instinct that kick in. So I think once you get out of the survival mode, your morals come back closer to your daily decision making. You start thinking about what's right, what do I believe in. But until you get out of survival mode, you ain't got time to be worrying about right, wrong. You worrying about bottom line. You know what I mean? By any means necessary. So I think that economics is the answer. Empowering people economically is how you really, really impact. But I don't know if it's about dropping a bag of money in the hood. I think it's about impacting culture in a way that, the mentality changes. And then also, the institutions that exist, it's just a prison institution, really. Like a pipeline to jail. It ain't no constructive institutions for real that meets you ground level. It's just like if you go, we got somewhere to put you. So it's like a fear-based preventative approach. Then like some love. And like we know y'all going through a struggle. And we know y'all could use an art center or a studio compound or entrepreneurial space. It's like whatever going on, if you can't figure it out, we're gonna lock you up, bro. So whatever it is, yeah, it's on y'all. Think like you get people out of survival mode, they start thinking different. I did, when I figured out, how to get myself out of the situation. My approach to life and people was different. I wasn't so angry. I didn't have my guard up. I wasn't so aggressive. I wasn't so, expecting if you ain't helping me, that wasn't the mentality no more. And I can't blame nobody. You know what I mean? That's thinking about how they gonna pay their rent or like going through not having food at the house, being young and having to go outside to hustle to feed themselves for school clothes. That's gonna change people. That's gonna make you feel away. And you can't fault them. You just gotta kind of empathize with the scenario and understand you put a person in survival mode, they're gonna survive by any means. I couldn't make a blanket statement to just the young people doing dirt. I don't think that's honest. You know what I mean? It's context for everything. Nothing happens in a vacuum. But I would say that, you know what I mean? You're gonna lay in the bed you make. You're not gonna get away with nothing in terms of the energy. You know what I mean? You might beat the camera or the police. They might not catch you for what you're doing, but the energy is always gonna return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity and that's the only energy you put out, it's gonna return to you in different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, and unless that's what you want, because you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. You know what I mean? As best you can, adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say, and then lastly, what you do. And that's not an easy thing to do because it's such a pressure in these areas to just go by the way things are. But it's a lot of examples that you could look up to of young kids in the streets. You could look up to Kendrick Lamar. Not the words, forget what he's saying, just where he came from. I seen him. You could YouTube him freestyling with Nicholson Garden Projects. You could look up to a Nip Hustle. You could look up to a YG. You know what I mean? To a Top Dog. You know what I mean? To any one of these guys that came from this hopelessness and wiggled their way through it. You know what I mean? And you can reverse engineer what they did. Look at the steps. What happened?
Yo, 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 good morning. If y'all can hear the sound of my voice, man, just go ahead and let me know real quick with some coffee. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. This is episode 234, and I'm extremely excited and grateful to be able to do another episode with each and every single one of you all. Thank you all so much. Our last video on YouTube has done some unbelievable numbers in the past 2 days. So I'm just really grateful. Just asking that you all just continue to share this out to your friends, to your family, to your loved ones, even to your nemesis. All right, even your nemesis, send it out to your enemies too, because even your enemies need saving. You know what I mean? And I do believe that we're doing a lot of great work, and I do believe that this is a show that you can count on. This is a show that you can count on to happen at least 2 times a week. And we're not perfect. Sometimes things happen and we miss shows, but hey, the show must go on. So please, as I'm talking right now, if y'all don't mind, do me a favor, go and share this link out on Telegram. Go share this link out on our Discord group. Share this link out between your different groups, chats that you may have with people that love to invest. And we're going to continue to press forward and continue to do what it is that we love to do, y'all, which is researching cryptocurrency. All right. Shout out to each and every single person that is taking our boot camp right now. We had an amazing first week. This week, we've really focused on exchanges, wallets, the basics of crypto and blockchain, and a lot of people that are brand new to the space. You all have been learning things. So I'm excited. We had a great session last night, a one-off session. If you missed that and you are part of it, I will be emailing out the recording, putting that inside of the Gumroad library today for you all. So be on the lookout for the recording from last night. I have some really great tips and gems when it comes to wallets and the different types of wallets out there. And I believe that everybody needs, I don't care where you are in the space of crypto. I believe everybody can use some level of coaching. Things change all the time. Things change all the time, y'all. And things are updated and upgraded all the time. So just being on the top of it, because remember, y'all, I do this full time. This is literally my job, right? This is my job. I do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? This is my job. I do this all the time. Maybe you work, maybe you do other things. So sometime, at least one time a year, I would say it is a good idea for you to set a coaching session, book a coaching session. It's $500 worth your time to make sure that you get your questions answered, to make sure that you have everything that you need aligned for this 2025 bull run. Because if you've never experienced a bull run through and through, I'm telling you right now, there are key things that you need to be able to secure your bag. Okay. Remember, y'all, I lost a lot of money. Okay. And I didn't lose it. It's going back up right now. I can watch it on my charts and I can see it, right? But I could have secured my bag at the top of that last bull run in 2021 when 2022 rolled around. And there are a lot of things and there are a lot of tactics and there's a lot of strategies that you can use to be able to protect yourself and to protect your bag so that you actually have a lot of money moving forward, right? The last thing you want to do is to allow Bitcoin to run up to $100,000+. You own some of it and you don't know how to secure it so that when it does fall back down, you can make sure that you have an investable bag, because your job is not guaranteed. The money that you have right now is not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. And so you want to make sure that you do guarantee things by understanding and learning strategies. Okay. It's all about strategizing, guys. You got to realize that even the greatest sports players in the world, Michael Jordan has a strategist. Steph Curry has a shot strategist, right? He has a strategist. He has a coach. He has a mentor that he even looks up to. Hell, I even have mentors and strategists that I look up to and that I pay for coaching to make sure that I'm on top of my P's and Q's, right? So we all should have a coach. And if you don't have a coach and if you don't have a strategist, you're doing it wrong. Okay. So with that being said, welcome to, again, our 234th episode of Coffee and Crypto. Today's episode is entitled HBAR, the true king of digital payments, and also Bitcoin to 100K by the end of the day. All right. If you guys believe that, drop some coffee in the chat box. I believe Bitcoin could hit 100K by the end of the day, y'all. We only like $2,000 away. I mean, we've all seen $2,000 be put into Bitcoin over nowhere. So listen, anything can happen at this point, y'all. So we're looking at $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the day. And y'all, I remember when we first started with the crypto nerds, we first started our calls back in 2019, 2018, family, 2019. We first started these calls, y'all, and Bitcoin was at like 4,000. $5,000, $6,000, right? Anybody remember them times when we used to have the calls, right? Look at where we are now. We're almost 100,000. Like if you had bought one Bitcoin back then, we're literally almost $100,000 in profit from the beginning of the crypto nerds calls back in the day. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that unbelievable? Ain't that amazing? It's amazing what can happen over time, y'all. Time stands for things I must experience. And have we not experienced some things around here, y'all? So with that being said, I got my tea this morning. I couldn't drink no coffee. You know, I wanted to make sure I drink my tea. My voice was feeling a little rugged this morning. So I went ahead and poured me a little peppermint tea with some cayenne, a little dash of cayenne pepper, some honey, some lemon juice, you know what I'm saying? And and a dash of apple cider vinaigrette, you know what I mean? Apple cider vinegar, you know, not vinaigrette, but apple cider vinegar. All right, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm sipping on this morning. Let me know, what are y'all sipping on this morning? Let me know what y'all sipping on this morning in the comments. I'm just wondering what you sipping on this morning. I wonder what y'all sipping on this morning. Nerd said water. Somebody's drinking, my mom's drinking coffee. Look at that. Hey, beautiful thing about coffee and crypto is you can come over here with your beverage of choice. You know, good thing about tea is water. Tea is water, but then a couple of other things involved too, right? So that's a beautiful thing. So I guess I could say I'm sipping on a little water as well. Look at Nancy over there with her pre-workout. I don't know when Nancy don't work out. That's the crazy part. All I know is Nancy to work out. Like Nancy be working out. Oh, look at Nancy. Look at that. Like Nancy be sleeping at the gym. Like that's all Nancy do be at the gym. Like that junk is crazy, y'all. So shout out to Nancy. Shout out to the gym. And she don't even be at like LA Fitness. She be at like the most distinguished gyms. Like Nancy is the truth, y'all. If you out in Oregon, make sure you get up with Nancy for a good workout. Next time I'm out in Oregon, I'm for sure getting that Nancy workout in. You best to believe that. You best to believe that. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in this morning. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to everybody for tapping in. All right, let's get it. Okay. So we do have a little bit to cover today. I don't have a whole lot of information to talk about today, y'all. You know, I really don't. I got some videos to share, some of my thoughts to share. But as I'm gathering everything, y'all, if y'all don't mind going to share this link out one more time, let's see if we can increase the numbers. Thank y'all so much over on YouTube. And if y'all don't mind doing me a favor over on YouTube and just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button over on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. You're going to love today's episode. You're going to love today's episode. So just go ahead and thumbs up it right now. You know what I mean? Go ahead and thumbs up it. And if you're over on our Zoom, just go over to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're not, all right, the YouTube channel, we actually have two. All right. We have Crypto Nerds. That's crypto with a K, nerds with a Z. Make sure you guys, you guys can watch the episode from last night with the Crypto Nerds live on YouTube. The episodes are on YouTube each and every single week. Anointed does a great job. Weezy does a great job. Global does a great job. And if you missed the show, make sure you go back and watch it, right? So that's Crypto with a K, Nerds with a Z. And then you can also follow our YouTube here as well for the podcast, Coffee and Crypto. And it's Coffee and Crypto Network. I know some of y'all be looking, you go and type in Coffee and Crypto, and there's another show that I think we are killing that show right now. So they might as well get off the air, to be honest with you. Like any other Coffee and Crypto might as well just like they say on life, just cease to exist. You know what I mean? Just cease to exist. You know, I love what we do here at Coffee and Crypto because we make a nigga just cease to exist sometimes. Excuse my language, but that's what we do. We just make a nigga just cease to exist. You know what I mean? Just like life. You know, you just cease to exist. So you might as well just cease to exist if you got that name before we send you a cease and desist. All right. All right. So you might as well cease to exist before you get a cease and desist, all right? Straight up, because we got some really big things aligned for 2025, y'all. 2025. Look at Global Investor here. Global Investor is on the YouTube. Hey, I told y'all, look, Global Investor been locked in on YouTube just like TJ Patterson. I don't know who Global Investor is. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but I rock with you. I rock with Global Investor. Hey, you all right in my book. I tell you all right in my teacup. I tell you that right now, Global Investor. All right, so just stick around. It's about to be an exciting 2025. And with that being said, I'm gonna stop scoffing, like the New York people say. I'm gonna stop scoffing. All right, and we're gonna get to this show. Stop scoffing and let's get to the show. Shout out to each and every single one of you all that tunes into our show. Thank you so much. And with that being said, let's dive into this bullish content. Before we look into the charts, I do have a video from Peter Schiff. This is from 2013 when Bitcoin was just worth $700. Wow.
I think the idea behind Bitcoins was to digitally replicate gold, kind of a gold standard for the internet, gold 2.0, as some people have alleged. And, if you look at Bitcoins, the way they come into existence is that they're mined, just like actual gold. You mine them into existence. And just like mining gold, when you mine for Bitcoins, you actually expend real resources, real energy. There is a cost associated with creating a Bitcoin, just like there is with gold. In contrast to central banks that create pretty much limitless amounts of currency for nothing, out of thin air, at virtually no cost. And also, like gold, there is a limit. There is a scarcity in that there are only 21 million Bitcoins that can be mined into existence. I think right now there's maybe around 11 million. So there's still more that can be created. But again, it's going to cost money to do so. And also, like gold, Bitcoins are divisible. You can take one Bitcoin and make 100 million fractional Bitcoins that collectively would have the value of a whole coin. But the idea is that you can break your Bitcoin up into smaller increments for transactions, just like gold. You can have an ounce of gold, but then you can have a half ounce, you can have a tenth of an ounce, so you can make smaller quantities that are more ideal for transactions. But unlike gold, you can instantaneously, you can send your Bitcoin over the internet. You can't do that with gold. You can't transport gold because gold actually has substance. Bitcoins exist in cyberspace. When you have gold, you have to protect it. It could be stolen. You have to guard it. Maybe it costs money to store it. You have none of this. It doesn't cost you any money to store your Bitcoins in your digital wallet. So Bitcoins really replicate all of the properties of gold, even improving on some of them.
All right. So some key things that Peter Schiff said that I find to be back in 2013, this was true. And this is around when Ripple was first created, right? Ripple was created around 2013, 2014, right? I think it was 2014. And so back when he first started, when he made this video, Peter Schiff was right? So this video did age well. However, what they didn't understand was there was another technology. There were other technologies, right? Like XRP, like HBAR now, like XLM, where you would be able to start tokenizing real world assets. So when Peter Schiff just now, well, back then when he had the idea that you couldn't send gold over the internet, that was true then. But now you can send gold over the internet because Hedera Hashgraph, Ripple, Stellar, and other blockchains, they are focused on tokenizing some of these markets, specifically commodities. So yes, you will be able to start fractionalizing gold, diamonds, and things like that, palladium, silver, copper, and you'll be able to start sending these commodities over the internet through cyberspace. See, I believe just the same way that our boy, what's his name? Sorry, y'all. I got to skip over here to look real quick. Michael Saylor. I couldn't think of it. But the same way that Michael Saylor, You know, he talks about how Bitcoin is the new Manhattan, right? Bitcoin is Manhattan. Well, understand that Manhattan is one of the #1 cities in the world. We understand that. And owning, if you were back in the 1400s and you could have bought Manhattan for whatever price and you held Manhattan, you would be a very wealthy man. So whoever owns Manhattan, which we know there is a family that owns it, okay? Somebody owns Manhattan the same way somebody owns Atlanta, the same way somebody owns LA. These are land, right? And people did land grabs. Bitcoin is a digital land grab. XRP is a digital land grab. Hedera hash grab is a digital land grab. And so right now, you have the ability. See, Michael Saylor, he bought so much Bitcoin. The US government stole a lot of Bitcoin in the Silk Road investigation. Okay. China, Argentina, El Salvador, they are all focused on buying Bitcoin right now because of the fact that they want to own a piece of digital Manhattan. So if you own some XRP, you own a piece of digital land. You own it because it is scarce. The same way, listen, you cannot make any more land. Physical land, there's no more land being made, y'all. The world is here. You either own it or you don't. It's the same thing with Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR. Even though there's more of that than there is Bitcoin, understand that it is still a level of scarcity to it. Okay, there's still a level of scarcity and they burn it. So the same way that people burn land, the same way that, you know, you can burn land out here and you can burn it and that land can never be used again, like volcanic land. You cannot, listen, places around volcanoes, you cannot grow things around those areas because it's been burned. Those areas have been burned. So it's the same thing with XRP, with HBAR, is they have a burning mechanism. And those tokens, once they're burnt, they can never be used again. And when it's being burnt, hear me out, that allows for it to become more and more scarce. If you're following and you're picking up what I'm putting down right now, go ahead and drop some coffee in the chat box, because if you own any of these digital assets, I want to say congratulations, because you have made sure that your family is set up for great wealth in the future. Will it be the near future, the faraway future? I'm not Miss Cleo. And if you look at where Miss Cleo is right now, she's actually getting sued, right? She's getting sued for all the BS that she did back in the day. You know, Miss Cleo said, call me now. Call me now and get your prediction. Call me now, right? Listen, I can't predict nothing, y'all. I don't know if Bitcoin going to 100,000. It could crash right now. We don't know what could happen, y'all. We don't know. We just gotta be patient. We just got to be patient and let it do what it got to do. So listen, call me now. Okay, let's get it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive over into these charts. Let's take a look and see exactly what's going on. And let's get this money, family. All right. Hold on. Wait. Shout out to Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon on the call. What up, Miss Sharon? Look at Miss Sandra. Look at Miss Raynette. All right. Look, man. Hey, the ladies really be on the call. Like, if you really take a look at the call, look at Miss Zuli. The ladies really be on the call right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the ladies. The ladies really be plugged in. The ladies really be plugged into this stuff, man. It's not a game for them. The ladies is not playing games. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look. So check this out, y'all. Since the 2024 election day, which I told y'all I had it set for a breakout at 2.44. Look at that, y'all. On election day, y'all, we tested 2.44 from the past. Okay. We broke out and we did a test. We did not do a retest. Now, if you guys went through the Crypto Nerds education, if you've taken any level of high level trading education, I talk about the Crypto Nerds Education because this is where I'm getting my high-level trading information from, y'all. And now I can go and I can share this with the masses as well, because that's what it's about. Each one teach one. You be a damn fool to not get this information and monetize on it. You be a fool. You be a fool. But you always have to give homage. You always have to give homage. So shout out to Anointed. Shout out to Cato. Because without this strategy, right, I'd still be in the same place I was, right? Still trying to figure this stuff out, y'all. Still trying to figure it out. I need y'all to pay attention. Let me zoom in right here, because this is very important. Because we had a breakout of this big, and if y'all look right here, this was a huge engulfing candle. That's why that wick is right here, okay, y'all? We had a breakout of that wick, but we never had a retest. We just had a test of the area, right? So my question to y'all is, what do you think will happen next? What do you think will happen next? Trivia time. What do you think will happen next? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. And this is for my people that trade, okay? Because if we didn't have a retest of 2.44, we just had a test of the area, what do you think could potentially happen? A pullback, yes, but I'm looking for a specific word. Pullback is not the word. We still got to what, family? We still got to at least, thank you. We still got to retest, not retrace, retest. We have to retest $2.44 trillion, y'all. The tip of the wick. We still got to go and retest the tip of the wick of a major engulfing. See, we got to look for major engulfings. There's engulfings everywhere. There's an engulfing right there. There's an engulfing. There's an engulfing. Where else? Here's an engulfing. Okay. But this was a major engulfing that happened right before election day. Actually, on election day, not right before, because this is the 4 hour, on election day. Okay. So with that being said, whenever it want to come back down, this would be a great area of interest once we hit here to possibly start accumulating more crypto. Okay, this could be an area of accumulation. Now, listen, y'all. Before I get into these charts, because I'm already in, I want to make sure that I let y'all know that everything that you see here is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Make sure you get with a financial advisor that you trust, someone that's licensed or that's at least been in this space long enough long enough to know what they're talking about, okay? Someone that you trust, okay? And just make sure you do your own research. Do not take the things that I'm saying, to heart. Take it with a grain of salt, because I could very well be wrong. I just want to put that disclaimer out there because, but again, y'all, I mean, even though I could be wrong, crazy part is we haven't been wrong yet. We have not been wrong yet. And so until I'm wrong, I'm going to keep on popping my collar. I'm going to keep on popping my collar. You know what I'm saying? And I had to put on my shirt this morning. My original sweater. I want y'all to take a look at it real quick. Okay, look at that right there, y'all. That's my original sweater right there from OSPP, Outer Space Passport. Shout out to Global for this shirt right here. Hey, this sweater is going on like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. I got this back when I lived in San Diego. This sweater has been standing the test of time, just like our word. Okay, our word stand the test of time, and so does this sweater. So shout out to Global. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, right now the total crypto market cap, we're at around 3.12%. $3.12 trillion. If you take a look right here, we're at 2.44. We tested 3.2 trillion to give us our current high. Okay, so 3.2 trillion is our current high, family, and now we're starting to make our way back down. So altogether, we're about $1.8 trillion since election day. So since November 5th, it ain't even been a whole month. Almost 0.8 trillion, So $800 billion. Almost $1 trillion, y'all. Almost $1 trillion has flooded into these markets since the 5th of this month. That is absolutely insane. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I want to go over to Bitcoin, and I want to take a look at this chart. And we have broken out of all these highs that we had. We've broken out of all these highs that we've had marked. Bitcoin has not stopped moving up. If we go to the daily, this is what Bitcoin looks like right now, y'all. So at some point, okay, at some point, there has to be a pullback. Understand that, y'all. At some point, there has to be a pullback. What up, Ray Ray? At some point, there has to be a pullback. What up, Big Andy? What up, Brian? Okay. At some point, there has to be a pullback. Now, I need y'all to realize something. Same thing that we saw at that test, right? That test, we have not retested $73,000 and 304 for Bitcoin yet. Okay. So at some point, I would like to see Bitcoin at least come down to this blue line right here to turn it green. Okay. I would at least like to see Bitcoin to come back down to at least 73,000. Now, where I believe Bitcoin could come back down to personally is right here around $50,000. Okay. That is my personal aim. I believe Bitcoin could come on back down around $50,000, and start to consolidate the same way it did right here until, it's time for us to go back up, y'all. And that's just my personal opinion. Now, could we see Bitcoin continue to go up and not stop? Absolutely. But right now, we're starting to see some exhaustion on the daily candle. Bitcoin went up to around 98.3. Okay. And now it's falling back down to 96.2. Okay. So I believe that we'll probably get what we call a evening star. I think that is an evening star or morning star. I forget which star, but we'll get one of those stars right here, which is basically where the body's very thin and we have a very long wick. Now, if we and that means that the body, if we extend right here, the body of Bitcoin, I'm predicting that by the end of today, the body of Bitcoin will end below this blue level right here. Okay, below this blue level right here. And if that happens, then we'll probably start to see Bitcoin make its way down, which, means it didn't hit 100 grand. Okay, now with retail momentum and the things that's in the news, will that happen? I don't know. All I can do is just watch the charts. Okay, y'all? So stay patient, stay diligent, and keep watching. Right now, the market sentiment, we are sitting at around a 87 fearing greed sentiment, meaning we're in extreme greed right now. We are in extreme greed right now. Okay, we're in extreme greed right now. So that means that a potential sell-off is coming because sentiment is what most institutional investors pay attention to because they want to see where the fear and the greed is amongst retail investors. Right now, retail investors are very, very bullish on Bitcoin, meaning at some point, institutional investors are going to start taking some of these profits, start pulling the bag, pulling the rug from underneath retail investors and watch their sentiment, watch their emotions start to plummet. So be very, very careful. Okay. Be very, 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 very careful around these moments in these times of extreme greed. Because remember, family, rule number 2, okay, buy the fear and sell the greed. Buy the fear and sell the greed. So right now, if you are a Bitcoin investor, it would be a good time for you to start thinking about your exit strategy for some percentage, right, of your Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying 100%. I'm not saying 5%. It's up to you to come up with what that percentage looks like. Okay, family? If you would like to book a session with me, and you own some Bitcoin, I would love to sit down with you and kind of look at some of these charts and find where it is that maybe you can start within your comfort level to start to develop an exit strategy so that you can secure some of this bag to reinvest it once everything starts to fall. Okay. So with that being said, I got a quick 5-minute video from Fox Business from Charles Payne. And I do believe that, if Charles Payne got a show on Fox Business, Vincent Owens should have a show on Fox Business. So if any of y'all have any connections with Fox, CNN, any of this stuff, any of those news networks, please, please, please connect me in, because I'm ready for my big debut. Let's get it.
Coming across right now, a headline, and just as years ago, the notion of crypto was a pipe dream. We have the Trump team now mulling the creation of a new post that would be dedicated to crypto. We're going to get more on that. Of course, think about this a long time ago, where this country was, particularly in DC, how hostile it was to crypto. And now this election, we've had several pro-crypto candidates that won. Not only did they win, but in the process, many of them pushed out anti-crypto lawmakers that stood in the way of favorable legislation. I suspect the rapid development, pretty shocking, even for my next guest, even though she is the founder of the Digital Chamber. Their mission, of course, is to promote the acceptance and use of digital assets, blockchain-based technologies through education advocacy, and working closely with policymakers, regulatory agencies, and industry. And this is what you've been trying to do. Let's now bring in our guest, Digital Chamber founder and CEO, Perianne Boring. Perianne, first of all, it's moving so fast. I mean, really, it's like almost every day, and you must be happy almost every day it's something that seems pro-crypto.
Well, you're saying it's moving fast, but it took us 10 years to get here.
That's success, right? Isn't that the success is like, no one sees all the hard work that you put behind the scenes, but all of a sudden it is coming quickly.
Yeah, so I was the first person in the country to be an advocate for Bitcoin and blockchain technology in our nation's capital.
Why were you that? What made you do that?
My conviction was really around the promise of Bitcoin to address some of our most pressing issues facing our country. I went to DC right after the financial crisis of 2008. I wanted to fight for something better. When I learned about Bitcoin and how this could be a technology to create financial opportunity and an equitable financial system for all people, that was something I was willing to fight for. And now this has really emerged as a tool to address our debt issue, can strengthen national security goals, can strengthen economic security goals. It's so much more than just people making money after crypto. That's not what it's about. It's about securing our financial prosperity.
You're looking at it almost from a humanitarian point of view.
We absolutely do believe that cryptocurrencies, they're open source software, which is protected by free speech. The free speech conversations have been front and center over the past several years, mostly with social media platforms, but we are a branch of that same tree. We believe it is a human right to have an access to cryptocurrencies. This is our freedom to transact, it's our property rights, and it's our freedom to assemble digitally with anyone in the world.
So there was a lot of pushback always out of DC. Elizabeth Warren probably at the top of the list there, but a couple of folks who just lost their seats. I was reading your note. Is it 250 now pro-crypto members of Congress?
Well, as of today, it's as many as 290. Our team is still going through all of those 535 members and analyzing who we consider to be pro-crypto, but it's as many as 290, and there's 535 members of Congress, which means about 55% of members of Congress that will be sworn in January are pro-crypto, and that means crypto is the majority party.
Let's go.
What do you want to see from them?
Well, our industry has faced significant pushback from Washington, D.C. The biggest issues facing the cryptocurrency industry is a lack of regulatory clarity, coupled with very aggressive regulation by enforcement from the regulators, primarily the SEC, but to some extent the CFTC as well. We need clarity on whose jurisdiction begins and where, and we need registration frameworks so companies can bring the most innovative financial products to market, registered, regulated, without the fear of
enforcement. So I've got 30 seconds, though. The main pushback has been that it's used so much in crimes, that digital crimes, and whether someone steals all the paperwork from a hospital and holds it hostage and they have to pay through crypto, that kind of stuff. Is there an elegant solution to that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a very small minority of cryptocurrency transactions are used in illicit finance. A blockchain is a permanent ledger, so an unalterable ledger of every transaction of cryptocurrencies. You don't have this in traditional financial system. You don't have this in the banking system. You obviously have none of this with cash. This is a much greater tool for law enforcement than criminals. And you should ask the Department of Justice. You should ask the FBI that. They understand that. The ones on the front line have this incredible tool to follow the money and apprehend illicit actors.
Marianne, congratulations. Really, I mean,
Thank you,
we've
Joe.
talked over the years, and you struggled. I mean, you were out there by yourself for a long time struggling, and all of a sudden, all the pieces are falling into place.
Wow. So sounds like us too, man. We've been struggling for years, right? Struggling for years, man. Talking about crypto, educating people on crypto, getting people's wallets set up, watching people lose faith in the industry, watching people sell everything while we held everything, right? Like literally, we've been through this over and over and over, and it just feels like now, the fruits of our labor is starting to actually come into fruition. So shout out to everybody who has believed. Shout out to everybody that has held, okay? Shout out to everybody that has taken the time to learn from us, right? And to purchase programs and to be a part of our communities and to spend hours upon hours sitting on our podcast and just all of these things that we have going on here in our crypto nerd community, y'all. We are very, very blessed to have a community like this, y'all. And the work, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the work has not even started yet. I know a lot of y'all feel like the work has started, but from an educational standard, the work has not even started yet. Okay, there is about to be a behemoth. There is about to be an unprecedented amount of people that are going to be interested in digital assets and cryptocurrency. And it is up to us, okay, to lead in this time. 2025, if you are not being paid for consultations and you own crypto and you do this at a high level and you consider yourself a professional in this space and you're not earning some level of income from this, you're not doing it well, and you are doing yourself and your family and your bank account an injustice. Because I must tell you right now, okay, these boot camps, these master classes, these books, these courses, they are profitable. Okay, they are profitable. It was not profitable at first, okay, because you had to do it long enough. Okay, you have to do it long enough to be able to build. Okay, but now every time I go to my Instagram DMs, there's somebody saying, "Can you teach me?" There's somebody saying, "Can you teach me?" And it was not this way 2 or 3 years ago. I need you to hear me. It was not this way 2 or 3 years ago. But because of the fact that I've stuck it through for the last 2 or 3 years through a bear market, and people have seen me stay bullish in spirit, they believe in my message. They believe in what it is that I do. And it is important and imperative that even if you don't have the tools even if you haven't built the tools to help people, you are attached and you are associated with a company like the Nerds, like Coffee and Crypto Network family, to be able to utilize the resources that we have built, because you do not have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can make money with us. And I hope each and every single one of you all decide to do that moving into 2025. So with that being said, let's continue to move forward. And I have a quick video from a billionaire investor, Shamath. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Shamath Palihapitiya. Let's get it.
For you, Darcy. Honestly, you know what I think about? I actually think about all the Bitcoin I sold.
Oof. Yeah,
I had Bitcoin. I had a bunch of Bitcoin in my funds when I managed outside capital. Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill. Okay? We are entering a completely world of uncharted water right now.
Have you made any investments in Bitcoin?
So, I mean, I own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund. I own Bitcoin in my private account. It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. That's a I don't know, a $3 or $4 billion mistake in growing now, because my partners at the time capitulated and I wanted to be a good team member, and we distributed and it was profitable, but obviously I shouldn't have sold it. Would have made them a lot more money.
Wow. Okay. So that's the bit. That is how a lot of people feel that sold Bitcoin, man. There's so many billionaires in people today that sold all their Bitcoin, sold out, and look at it right now. Look at where they are right now. Okay. Look at how they feel right now. Imagine how you're going to feel if you do not stick this route for these other cryptos, because I must tell you, this is your last chance to get it right, right? You don't need a whole lot of XRP. You really don't. You don't need a whole lot of HBAR, but you do need a whole lot of faith. You need a whole lot more faith. You need a whole lot more faith than you need money in this industry. Because even if at that time, even if you had, back in 2010, when Bitcoin was $1, even if you had $100 that you put in, that's 100 Bitcoin. Think about where you would be today.
When we bought Bitcoin, we bought 250 million. No public company had ever bought any. People thought we were crazy. So then we bought another 175 million. People thought we were crazy. Then we bought 600 million more. People said, you can't stand on it. It'll destroy you. It's like standing on a bridge made of steel. And I concluded, it's the perfect engineered material to solve our problem, but people are living in fear. And how are we going to get them to not be fearful? And I was reminded of Andrew Carnegie's example. It's like, build the bridge, go stand out in the middle of the bridge. You build an airplane, fly the airplane. Show people that it's not going to break. That's what MicroStrategy did. We said, well, if it's good for 100 million, it's good for $1 billion. If it's good for $1 billion, we might as well go for 4 billion. Right? And at some point, people will realize that they have more to fear by not embracing this technology than by embracing it.
I love that right there, y'all. I love that quote right there, y'all. Hope is being able to see the light despite all the darkness. Hope is being able to see the light despite all the darkness. And guess what? This guy had a lot of hope, because if y'all ain't seen MicroStrategy, I'm not in the stocks. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I already told y'all that, but man, I should have been into this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I should have been into this one. Ooh.
Strategy soaring 10% for its third straight day of double-digit gains, trading now at record highs. The stock benefiting from the post-election crypto surge, having more than doubled since then. But the chart master thinks the top could be in. Carter Worth is out with a note today saying, directly, pointedly, sell it all. Carter, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a very unusual circumstance. And before we look at the charts, we know that it has a relationship with Bitcoin, but therein is the issue. Here's a 5-year comparative chart. Just to think, since the August low, that was the low for the S&P, the low for Apple, NASDAQ. Since the August low, this stock is up 5x. Bitcoin has simply doubled. It's diverging to the point where, regardless of what it is, it's no longer tethered to what is the story, apparently, Bitcoin. But let's look at 2 charts of MicroStrategy. Here is a 5-year chart. It's log scale because you wouldn't be able to see it if it was arithmetic, how much it's moved. Second and final chart is with the 150-day moving average, the smoothing mechanism, and it is basically as far above trend as you're going to get. And so, listen, steep and uncorrected can always get steeper, but parabolas, parabolic things typically end the same way, which is out of nowhere, you get a shocking drop in gap. And I would say that's the kind of thing that happens here and now.
Is there a support level for MicroStrategy?
Well, not particularly, right? When you're literally, I mean, here's the expression, it's going up and to the left. And think about every day you got to put the bar out to the right when you have a bar chart. It's literally going to fall in on itself, so to speak. And, I don't know what's driving it. Perhaps you all have talked about that or have the answer, but, one client, this is, a big institutional client, he heard this literally, the more expensive the stock gets relative to Bitcoin, the more money they can raise and then buy more Bitcoin, like a flywheel effect. That's insane.
Before we let you go, Carter, NVIDIA, what do you see here?
Yeah, well, it's a non-event, it turns out. And obviously, in a way, that's important because it's not so much if it had done yet another good quarter, if it had missed and done bad things post-trade. I would point out, and this is important, at least by my work, here is a one-year chart of NVIDIA, and you'll see two moving averages. There's the smoothing mechanism, 150-day, and the stock has touched it to the penny 3 times, hasn't touched the 200-day once.
Wow. Okay. So just some more analysis, here's another video from Michael Saylor. And then we're going to talk about HBAR. Okay. This is our last video about Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's very hard not to talk about on this show, right? Or any show, because it is a very, very it's a monstrous asset. Okay. And we've never, ever in the history of asset classes seen anything move like this since gold. That should tell y'all something. We've never seen anything move like this. Well, actually, besides the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, right? Gold. So Bitcoin is very comparable to the largest asset vehicles in the world.
They own 16 estates on the Eastern Shore, and they live in 2 of them. Like, why did they buy them? They land banking. What does that mean? Well, the guy makes a lot of money every year, and he doesn't want to put it in a savings account, so he goes and he just buys a cool piece of property, and he buys another one. Well, okay, it sounds good, but here's the problem. The guy buys up the beautiful pieces of property, and so you can't afford it.
Right.
And if the rich guy wasn't buying up all the beautiful houses, they would cost half as much. And you could live in a beautiful house. So here's what happens. Some rich dude has 27 houses that are empty. You don't have a beautiful house. You have a family. Your kids, your dog could use the beautiful house. The rich dude doesn't even want the house. He just wants a long-term capital preservation strategy. Right? And so that's a perverse incentive and a distorted economy. That's broken. That's broken money. That's because the rich dude is using an estate on the Eastern Shore of Maryland as a piggy bank. Huh? But the estate doesn't get renovated. The house is falling down. There's a beautiful pool on the water, and you could have a great family picnic there every Sunday, but it's not going to happen because the rich dude has 16 other houses. He just bought that house because he thought it was a good investment. Okay, that's wrong.
Wow. And so what does this mean? This means that as more and more people gain wealth from Bitcoin, they're going to continue to grab things like this and just sit and allow their money to just sit. And it's going to demonetize the real estate industry. It's going to demonetize it. So, are y'all enjoying the show so far? Are we good? Everybody good? Everybody enjoying it? Because now it's time to jump into HBAR. Are there any, is anybody a believer in HBAR yet? Does anybody believe in HBAR yet, man? Do we got any HBAR believers just yet? Because if not, let me tell you something. VO is about to change the game right now. I got some information about HBAR. I already told y'all, okay? I already told y'all. What up, Mo? What up? Look at my bro, Mo. Yes, sir. You already know. Stay at it, brother. All right, stay at it. Listen, I need y'all to hear me out. HBAR, Hedera hash graph. Oh, my Lord. I already told y'all they have a partnership with Kenya now. They have a partnership with the entire African continent to be able to distribute central bank digital currencies, okay? They just moved to Singapore. Don't believe me? Here we go. Now, before we get there, okay, I leaked a little information for y'all. I leaked a little information, okay? Before we get to the Singapore information, I gotta first start y'all out with the technology. So I need y'all to listen to the vice president of Dell. Anybody ever heard of Dell Computers? Okay, one of the largest computer companies in the world. Okay, explains why HBAR's fixed fees leave it no competition when it comes to using blockchain in the enterprise. Hedera is the most used public network in the world, with over 71 billion transactions at 10,000 transactions per second. This is alien technology. You want to know how? When Elon Musk take us to Mars, which may not happen in our lifetime, but when it happens in your grandkids' lifetime, this will be the reason why they're able to bring money from America, or not even money, send value from the world that we live on right now, Earth, to Mars. Pay attention.
That is the fees for HBAR denominated in dollars. I'm going to repeat that, denominated dollars in base. So if any of you have tried to transact on Ethereum or Bitcoin, you know that the transaction fees, gas fees can vary wildly based on network congestion. If you're running a business or you're running a high throughput, high transaction service, that's really difficult to deal with. You don't know how much your business is going to cost you to run day by day. One of the unique things about Hedera that we're seeing being adopted by use cases like stablecoins or CBDCs that are going to be high throughput is being powered or enabled by the fact that your transaction costs are fixed and they're low. And that is certainly a characteristic of the governance model and the decisions that were put forth for Hedera that differentiates itself from many other public blockchains, because to the extent that gas fees increase 900%, which they have on other networks, outside of the control of an individual organization, because maybe there's a meme coin raise or an NFT drop, that creates the network, that makes the network effectively unoperable for a specific use case at any given point in time.
Yeah, I mean, as a longtime product manager and GM of various products, variable costs like that become the bane of your business case. And a lot of times, enterprise or use cases that may come, to the forefront for enterprises may even mask the cryptocurrency aspect of the service. Transparency to the end customer, maybe a SaaS service, but from a product build perspective, that variability and thinking about how many dollars to put aside to pay your tariffs, basically at the end is a highly challenging issue. So when we looked at why we wanted to, when we joined Hedera, it's because we saw them as more of a enterprise-oriented sort of build products on type protocol.
Did you hear what they just said? The reason why we joined Hedera is because you got to think about something. Dell, the future of Dell, the future of Google, the future of IBM, the future of Boeing, the future of any company, Walt Disney, I don't care who it is, they all are connected to the internet. None of these companies want to be left behind, because if you're left behind, you will be forgotten. They want to be remembered forever. And so understanding this, they have to switch over to this next layer of the internet. This is Dell's president telling you that they are building their products in their next layer of innovative solutions directly on Hedera. And look, that's Dell. Now let's move forward to the information that I'm most excited about right now. Okay. Now listen, y'all. Okay. Hedera Hashgraph has a governing council of 32 members. Each company I just named, Google, IBM, Boeing, LG, Tata Communications, Boeing, who else? Freaking Google. I don't know, all of them. It's 32 of the largest companies in the world. AI companies, banks, you name it, educational institutions and universities out in London and Africa. They are a part of Hedera, okay? This is the CEO and co-founder of Hedera Hashgraph talking about all 32 members and what it means to build use cases such as trusted AI data for immutable record recording. Pay attention, y'all, because remember, y'all, data is the new oil.
So Hedera is going great. We have a council that's up to 32 members now. Ledger itself, the software is doing extremely well. We have lots of features we want to add to it. So we'll be adding more features as time goes on. We also are building things around it with mirror nodes and hash scan and other things to use it better. And so we will continue doing those. We'll continue growing the council and just continue seeing where we're going from here. We have a wide range of use cases. One fun use case is Equity Lab. So they are doing something at the intersection of DLTs and artificial intelligence. So one of the big problems with artificial intelligence is that you can have bias in the AI based on what data it was trained on. And so if you want to trust an AI, you need to trust the data. You need to know what data. You have to have proofs of that. And you want people not changing their records afterwards about what data they had used. And so what they are doing is they are putting this immutably in Hedera. They are building this so that you could say, this AI was trained on this data. And they can even do more complicated things like say, well, this AI was trained on this data, you've got this model, and then we use that model plus some more data to get a new model. And so they have a whole tree of the whole history, the provenance of all the data that was used, and they can have programs in the computers themselves that are doing the learning that then record it. And so we can see immutably where it came from to build trust into the AI system.
Wow.
This may become more and more important as time goes on.
Listen, y'all, I think Hedera Hashgraph might be the most important company in cryptocurrency history. And I say that, and listen, I believe that statement's going to age very well, just like me. You know what I mean? Just like me. I believe that statement is going to age very well. So I need y'all to do me a favor and drop some damn coffee in the chat box right now, because I got a document directly from Novati Group, which we know is out of Australia. Okay, we know they're partnered with Ripple, but guess what? Something you didn't know, and I got something for you. Now look, this document was pushed out October 30th of 2024. This is the September 2024 quarter activities report. Okay, not everybody got this report. Okay, this report, here's the highlights. Let me give it to you so y'all can hear it and y'all can listen. They're talking about $12.9 million of quarterly revenue. They're up 13% quarter over quarter. Okay, expenses down 11% quarter over quarter to 5.5 million. Okay, look, these are the highlights. International Bank of Australia interest sold for $2.87 million. So we're talking about the central bank. We're talking about the Central Bank of Australia. We're talking about big, big money. This is central bank stuff that regular people that can't expand their mind beyond the horizons just can't understand. This is the time when people turn the show off, because it's just like, man, this guy talking about too much money. Man, this guy, you know, it's all good, but pay attention real quick, y'all. I got one little thing for y'all. Y'all can go through the document. I'm gonna drop it inside our Discord group for you. Okay. But here we go right here. Let me type in Hedera. Hedera was mentioned 2 times in this document, 2 times. Now, where are they mentioned? Pay attention, y'all. Investments in business portfolio update for Novati. Novati is one of the largest payment service providers in Australia right now. You can look it up. It's called Novati Group. Listen, the company's decision to divest its interest in the International Bank of Australia was motivated by Novati's strategic review, which determined that the International Bank of Australia was unlikely to contribute to Novati's long-term financial goals. Novati's ongoing strategic review of all business units and subsidiaries is expected to identify further opportunities for optimization and divestment in the upcoming quarters. We're talking about 2025, fiscal year 2025. Hear me out, y'all. AUDC, which is the stable coin for Australia, progressed its commercial strategy to build capabilities through partnership and continued its market expansion during Q1 fiscal year 2025, with revenue, customers, and partners growing strongly. Here we go. New projects included the launch of the AUDD stablecoin on the Hedera blockchain, supported by a grant from the Hedera Foundation, and a cross-border trade payment service as part of a trial with the Monetary Authority of Singapore, which is the central bank of Singapore. Do you hear me? Did you just hear what I said? This is the only, look, let me go and put Control F. Let's put Bitcoin. Bitcoin was not mentioned in this document. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum was not mentioned in this document. Let's talk about Ripple. Ripple was not mentioned in this document. Let's look up XRP. Not in the document. Let's type in BTC. Not in the document. Let's type in ETH. Hold on, wait. Oh, it wasn't Ethereum. It was Weather. That was the word weather. Sorry, it wasn't Ethereum. My bad, y'all. I almost got excited. Let's type in Solana. Let's type in Solana. Not in the document, but let's type in Hedera in the document. And this is for personal use only. We was never supposed to get this document, y'all. This is from Novati Group, okay? Look, y'all, I don't know what more I have to say. I don't know what more I have to do to show the world that we was right all along. And that if your investments is in this space, they are safe. They are safe. These companies are being mentioned all over. And it is up to you whether you get invested or you miss this train, like Rosie Rios said. Do you hear what I'm saying? Rosie Rios. Some people don't even know who that is. Does anybody got a $100 bill on them? Anybody got a $100 bill, $50 bill, $20 bill? Anybody? I don't carry cash. Anybody got it though? Because I need you to hear me out. Rosie Rios. The next time you go to the ATM and pull out a 100 bill, look at the bottom left-hand corner of your $100 bill, and her name is on there. Do you understand that she was the treasurer of the United States? Her name is on over 90% of the money. It don't matter about certain years. I'm talking about right now. All updated money. Don't come on here with that certain years stuff. I'm talking about current years, not that old money. I'm talking about new money, bro. New money, bro. Over 90% of the money has Rosie Rios' name on it right now. Right now. Current money. Real money. The money that was printed. The money that was printed. She is on the board of Ripple. XRP. I don't know what else to say, but I love y'all. Congratulations on the wealth that we are accumulating together. And to God be the glory, great things he has done. That's all I have to say. To God be the glory, great things he has done. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. It was extremely bullish. My name is Vincent Owens. I'm only 32 years old. I'm only 32 years old. Do you hear me? I'm only 32 years old. And we are just getting started. And I promise you, I don't plan to stop anytime soon. We are here to strike the internet and to light it up. So with that being said, if there's anybody that has one thing you like, learn to love that's on the Zoom right now, feel free to raise your hands up. Feel free to raise your hands up. And I would love to hear from you right now. Hopefully we get some people, okay? Look, hey, I'm just talking junk, Billy. I'm just talking junk, bro. I'm just talking junk. But hey, all the recent years, let's go. Hold on, let me ask my boy. Oh, this Mo right here.
Well, man. You know, I like, love, and favor the podcast tremendously, right? But guess what just blew my mind, man? You know, you don't expect to run into people that hold the same assets as you, right? So I'm doing the Uber from the airport, right? And my homie right here in the back said he got XRP, XLM, and HBAR. Let's go.
Let's go.
Man, come on, man. We got another nerd in the backseat, man. Stop playing, man. We taking over the world, y'all. We know what's going on. We been here first. Tell them we been here first. We been here first. I love you, bro. Keep doing your
Where
thing,
they from?
man.
Where they
Shout out
from?
over here.
Where y'all from?
You said, where you from? Washington, D.C.
DC?
D.C. in the building.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Man, make sure you plug me in with them, man. I gotta be plugged in with them, man. I need to be
Look,
plugged
it's all
in.
love, man. I got you, bro. I got you, bro, for sure. It's all
All right,
love over here, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Most definitely, bro.
Man, I want to see that review. That man's gonna give you a review. He's gonna give Mo a review. I learned a lesson, met a friend for life. It's gonna be one of those kind of reviews. I want to see it. Tell him to put it on you. Put that review on you. Don't leave without that review.
I love you, Billy.
Look, I love you too. I tell you, first time I see you, we're gonna fist fight, and then we're gonna hug. Okay?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's okay.
Hey, it's gonna be
It's
gonna be like Jake Paul and what's his name? And Tyson, but it's gonna be they're gonna put that one on Netflix too, Billy.
They're gonna make a new coin called Pancake Swap. I'm gonna swap you and sit on you like a pancake. Sit on you like a pancake. Yep.
Oh my
hey, look,
God.
I've been thinking about metaphors. Is that the word when you come up with a word that says something like you're trying to put a picture with the word or trying to describe something, right? And so I thought about this today. You said something triggered it. I don't know what it was, but when I'm trying to tell somebody about multiplying your income or multiplying your coin or how your coins multiply, think of going into a dressing room with 3 mirrors on either wall, and you stand and look at it, and you just see mirror after mirror after mirror after. It's like they all duplicate. It's like they all, like one makes 10,000.
Wow.
You said something earlier about you didn't have to have a lot of HBAR.
Yeah.
But like when you get your Chevrolet truck, you can put your new radio in it.
You can.
And you can get you some leather seats.
Yep.
And you can get the upgrade package. That's staking. That's like putting bacon on your burger. It's like you can just eat the burger, but if you put a little bacon on it, you can stake it. You can, you can. I don't know if you can meme coin or not. But you know what I'm saying? All of this is making us think that the guys in the back of that cab, he has a strategy for building his wealth.
Yep.
And so do we. But it's been a crazy ass week, man. I'm gonna tell you what. It's been a crazy ass week. I have a lot of my friends went through school and got families and kids and go to ball games, and I don't really do a whole lot of that. But I have kids, but they're all grown. Like my granddaughter's almost 30 years old.
Wow.
But what I'm trying to say is I've had time to listen, but because I listened and showed up and paid attention, then I know what staking HBAR is. You can buy some HBAR, but what about 3 years ago when you could have learned how to stake this stuff? Man, that's really all I got. I'm just a happy camper today. I have made some. Huh?
I said we've been staking for almost 3 years now, Billy.
I look. I never thought IBM would go up to nothing, but you watch it. See, I staked my HBAR to IBM.
Mm-hmm.
And that IBM's going up, so HBAR goes up and IBM goes up, and I was staking that node, and it was good to see Mo Crypto on here too. I know we got Mo Harvey, we got another Mo, right? Mo Crypto's on here, isn't he? It's
No, Mo Crypto was on the YouTube. He was on the YouTube on the last episode. Mo, that's Mo Harvey right there. That we was
yeah. I know this Mo Harvey. That's Mo Harvey. but there's also Mo Crypto's on here too, or has been on here recently. And
Yep.
really good to see him back. Look, I'm fixing to get back to my meme coins at 63. So when you said you were 32 and I was 64, we still doing the same thing.
We doing the
Still doing
same
the
thing.
same thing. We're doing the same thing.
It
I'm
don't
doing
matter
the
how
same
old
thing
you
you
are.
do.
It
You
don't matter
sitting
how
at the
old you
house. You sitting at the house. I'm sitting at the house. We trading crypto. I'm trading crypto. I don't have an OSPP shirt though. I'm pissed, but I like to have. I deserve.
Well, Billy, you can't have this one.
I deserve an OSPP shirt. So
You can't have this
global.
one.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get me one. A hat or something. I'll see you on the next episode. Congratulations to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Billy.
Thank you, brother.
They don't know us by now. They
will never know us. Ooh, yeah.
That's beautiful music right there.
No.
Go ahead, Zatrick.
Oh, hey man, this was like one of your greatest shows, man. Not gonna lie to you, bro.
Wow.
It was very bullish. And then to top it off, man, at the end, well, I guess Mo Crypto, it's kind of crazy, bro, when you be talking about stuff and then like something that completely you don't even know about, it kind of just like confirm what you be talking about. And I'm like, man, this man tapped in, bro. Like, I'm over here cheesing watching the video. I'm like, dang, bro, like, you really about to help people retire. Like, for real, I'm over here cheesing. I'm like, I'm so happy right now. Like, you made me this happy this morning, bro. It was like, I look forward to the show. Like, I always look forward to the show, but man, I just want to say this was the greatest show ever, bro. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing, bro. Definitely. Keep up the great work, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Wow. Hey, like Future said, the greatest show on earth, the greatest show on earth, the greatest show on earth. Hey, the greatest show on earth. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this greater than Barney and Bailey's circus right here. You know what I mean? It's the greatest show on earth. You know what I mean? All we need is very soon, when we really rich, I'm gonna be doing this show from the jungle. I'm gonna be doing this show from all types of places. It's just gonna be crazy. Like, people gonna be hating. They're gonna be like, man, look, like, how did he do that? Like, how did he go from how he went from the rainforest in Chile to the Alps, to the Alps in Switzerland, and then now he's sitting in Antarctica freezing doing a show like this, and then now he inside of Africa with giraffes and monkeys and all this stuff. That's what people gonna worry about. They'll be like, yo, how in the heck did he do this? Well, they're gonna find out real soon. All right. But with that being said, y'all, thank y'all so much. Announcements. If you're a part of our boot camp, I will see y'all on Monday. Make sure you get all of the homework done before Monday, because Monday I'm giving out all my favorite cryptos for going into 2025. I'm going to give y'all every crypto that I'm going to invest in 2025 that I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into, that I've done my research on, layer ones and layer twos. Okay, be ready for that. The second thing, if you need that HBAR masterclass, okay, I'm going to extend it one more time. You got one more time. Shout out to Miss Sharon for taking advantage of it. But you got one more day. That's it. One more day. 25% off on the HBAR Masterclass. You got one more day. The HBAR Masterclass is very beneficial because at the end, I teach you how to stake your HBAR properly, okay? And then also how to use the HBAR DEX to be able to invest into layer twos on HBAR. Because remember, you can't buy the layer twos on Coinbase and stuff like that. You have to have the official HBAR wallet, okay, which I break down for you all, okay? Guys, my HBAR Masterclass is $200 online one time, but with 25% off, it's $150. I'm gonna just put that out there. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, if you want to work with me for this entire year, 2025, before my prices go up, right now, you can catch me for 4 figures. And it's a low 4 figures. It's below $5,000 to work with me right now, okay? For the whole year. If you want to work with me, you want me to help you diversify, you want me to teach you everything that I know, I can do that in a 12-month interval. You can work with me. Reach out to me. You guys know how to get in touch with me. And if you don't, you can email me at coffeeandcryptopodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's coffeeandcryptopodcast@gmail.com, because next year in 2025, my coaching will be at 5 figures. It will not be no less than $10,000 for me to sit down and help people. I promise you. And I don't give a god darn if nobody buys it ever again. That's even less stress off me, because then I don't have to worry about coaching nobody no more. And I can just be selfish and I can get rich by myself. Okay. But if you want to plug in with me before the year is out, you guys can plug in with me right now for 4 figures before my prices go to 5. I am anticipating charging somebody $10,000 for coaching. I'm so excited to say I've done it. And don't be the first person for me to say that. Get with me while we have 4 figures, family. That's all I can say. All right, with that being said, I'll see y'all at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Love y'all. Peace and blessings and Godspeed.